This retails at 2,340 US dollars, but it's up for 890 pounds. This is what I'm saying, you know, you can buy these pieces from these top designer luxury fine jewellery houses for so much less because the gold weight doesn't stack up to the RRP. Hey everyone, just before I start, I just wanted to let you know about something that has just happened and I wanted to share it with you. So Luxury Promise have given me a 10% off coupon code that basically works on anything, including Hermes, including Chanel, anything that has got DXB or DBX in the title. So go onto the website, you can either search DXB or DBX in the search feature, and everything that comes up, the coupon code works on. I don't profit from this, I just thought I would share it with you all. Some of you might wonder why it is that I am a big collector of handbags, but I don't really buy designer fine jewellery. It's not to say I never would, but I want to talk about why I haven't to date and why I can't really see myself getting into it. So I basically have 4 reasons why I don't feel that designer fine jewellery is worth it. I'm going to go through those, but then I also I want to talk about like the actual value of this stuff and why actually you are just paying for a brand name. I know we all know that, but I've got some information here from Cartier based on the weight of the gold of the piece in particular, what it's actually worth versus what they're charging for. And I realise that you're not just looking at the price of gold, you're looking at the craftsmanship and the time that's had to go in to take that raw material and make the said item. But when you see the markup, I think you're going to be mind blown, potentially. But then what I also thought I would do is, I think if you do want to buy designer fine jewellery and you want to save on that depreciation, there are ways you can do it. So I'm going to go through some of that as well. Okay, so the first thing, number one, I feel that it's a waste of money. Now, I think that buying diamonds, gold, white gold, even silver in general is a great thing to do. But I think when you walk into the likes of Cartier, you are paying for the logo. You're paying for the red box. You're paying for the bag that comes with it. You know, you're paying for the dream as opposed to the actual value of what that item is worth. So let's have a look at some of this. Right, check this out. I'm going to put this in here. I found this on Instagram from label_source, and they have done the maths for us. So if you have a look at this, the thin love bracelet, the value of gold says 20 grams of gold in this. Now, these prices will have changed slightly, fluctuated as the price of gold is changing on the frequent, but we're going to go based off this. When did I screenshot this? Back in late April. So the price of that actual bracelet is £4,550, okay? So nearly 5k. But the actual value of it is just over £1,000. Now, again, I completely understand and realise that you're not just looking at the price of the gold value, you're looking at the craftsmanship and the time that goes into making a piece. I realise that. But I don't think that you're looking at like over 3k in labour hours to make like the love bracelet. I could be really wrong, but I do think you're paying for the brand. I'm going to leave this in here so you can see some of the other prices, but another one which really struck me is, okay, first of all, the love ring, the thick version. This one I think is probably one of the worst. So this love ring is £1,860, but it's actually only worth £347 in gold weight. But then finally, I want to talk about the nail bracelet, the thick model. This one's really bad. It's got 31 grams of gold in it, which is around about £1,627 in value of the gold. But that bracelet is nearly £8,000. £8,000. I'm not sure whether this is the one that's got diamonds in it. No, I've just zoomed in, it's not. £8,000 for something that's got a base value of 1,000, not even 2K base value. The second reason that I've already covered is to do with the weight of gold that you're getting in these pieces. So whether you're looking at Tiffany, Van Cleef, Cartier, you're paying for a logo as opposed to paying nearer the realistic price for gold, diamonds, semi-precious stones, etc. Point number 3, and it's kind of linked to that weight in gold thing. Can we really say that they are true investments? So what I like to do is, if there's something that I really want to buy, I like to really think about it. I give it weeks and weeks and weeks before I jump in. But what I also like to do is to have a look pre-loved to see what those items are fetching, whether it's a handbag or whatever. I like to go on Vestiaire Collective, Luxury Promise, and just see, okay, if I want to get my money back out, can I do it? Will I make more money or will I make less than what I've paid? And I feel as though when I'm looking at a lot of this pre-loved jewellery, what the prices people want for things are not what they are getting. And you can go and check this out, like on Vestiaire Collective in particular. Someone will put like a love bracelet up for anywhere between £7,000 and £10,000, unless it's the version with like diamonds in it, etc. Okay, so if you are thinking of getting a Cartier love bracelet, let's have a look at how much you can get them secondhand for versus how much they are new. So I found this one on Luxury Promise. It's £3,890. It's 18 karat gold, white gold. Let me just have a look. It's a size 16. And yes, it's under £4,000. Now, just looking on the Cartier website, I can see that the medium version is, and I think the version on Luxury Promise looks like the medium or the thicker version, but the medium version, if you go to Cartier Direct, is £6,250. And to me, that's like nearly a 50% discount, sort of like a 40% discount on the retail price. And I realised that some of you might not actually want to buy secondhand. Some of you might want to go and have the experience in the store, which I understand. But I just wanted to give that example of how actually you can lose money on this stuff if you buy it brand new, because you are paying primarily for the brand and not for the weight of the materials. The next point is that, well, there's kind of 2 points here. First of all, there is only one item of designer fine jewellery that I actually like. I feel as though a lot of designer fine jewellery, you've got key pieces that have become very, like, they're all over the place and they're faked like everywhere. And I do feel, and this could be like personal opinion, and I would love to get your thoughts on this, and I've said it before, but I do feel when you have something that is faked all over the place, it does cheapen it for me. I never like talking about fakes as such because I don't ever want to upset anyone, but there is one bracelet that I would get, and it's that, you know, the chain bracelet in Tiffany & Co. I don't know the name of it. I'll put a picture of it in here. But if I was going to buy something, that's what I'd buy. And also supporting small businesses. So here's the thing. Before I show you some more pieces which are actually really well priced if you did want to buy any of these like designer brands. So David and I found our favourite, most just favourite family run, antique, very Victorian looking jeweller years ago. And over the years, we've bought quite a few things from there. And David's so sweet, like at Christmas or on birthdays, he'll very often gift me something that he's bought from there. Be it like an antique piece, or they make a lot of their own stuff. And they have said to us before, because you go in, it's like a really small little shop. You go in, there's like a man on the door, they keep the door locked. And when you get in there, they've said to us before, if you ever want us to make anything, like anything, we can do it. We can make what you want. And the prices they charge are more in line with the base materials that they are using. And they're really good. We also use them to value the stuff that we've got. So what you're meant to do with your insurance, like we put it on the home insurance, but all of our valuables, speaking of jewellery, and I don't really show the jewellery I've got, I actually haven't shown most of it on here. I just think that's a risk. Like, obviously I wear stuff and whatever, but I wouldn't do, I do a costume jewellery haul, but I wouldn't do a fine jewellery haul. They value all of our stuff at each year, and then you have to give the updated prices to the insurance company so that the valuation's always in line with market value as such. They do all of that. They are absolutely brilliant. And some of you who have been with me many years, you may remember David bought me some ruby earrings with diamonds around them. They're beautiful. I've got them in the other room actually. I've just switched them out recently for my Paloma canary yellow diamonds, so I'm just wearing these at the moment. But I love supporting these smaller businesses, and that feeling of you're supporting them but you're paying a fair price for something that is just as beautiful and can be custom made, etc. So that's my final reason. Now I just want to whiz through a few things. So I've already done the Cartier Love bracelet. I want to do, if you're into watches, I think this is like a really good price. So this is a Chanel vintage quartz. They still make this. I think they do it in white as well. But it's only £1,310. I think that's a really good price for that watch. I think that's a really good price for that watch. So I'll link to all of this stuff below, but that would be, out of everything I'm showing you, I feel like that's like the best buy. Then if you like a bit of Van Cleef and you like the Alhambra range and you're like, how can I buy into it? I thought this was really nice. So this is the Alhambra turquoise earrings. 2,900. So that's been reduced a little bit actually. So 2,900 there. There is also, I found this, which I thought was really sweet. This is a Return to Tiffany ring, 18 karat pink gold and sterling silver, £440. That's a good price. If you want Tiffany, if you like the Return to Tiffany little heart symbol and you want like a cute little ring, I think that's a really good price. But the other thing I wanted to talk about that they do, which I'm looking into, okay, so this ring here, this is what got me into it. £550, pink tourmaline, set in gold. Doesn't say what kind of gold, what carat of gold, but I really like this ring. And what I've noticed that Luxury Promise do, this isn't an ad for Luxury Promise by the way, it's just that normally I focus on one brand, like one retailer. So I've already done Vestiaire Collective a couple of videos ago, and now I want to talk about Luxury Promise. But one of the things they do is they sell lots of loose stones, diamonds, semi-precious, etc. You can also buy, like that ring there, which I've got my eye on. I might just go for that. You can also buy pieces that have already been designed and put in a setting. Then another piece here, which is a Cartier band ring. It's got a little diamond in it. This retails at $2,340 but it's up for £890. This is what I'm saying, you know. If you look, you can buy these pieces from these top designer luxury fine jewellery houses for so much less, because the gold weight doesn't stack up to the RRP. Like, honestly, there are, as I say, you can go on secondhand sites and there are people that are listing this stuff for like astronomical prices, but what they're actually selling for is in many cases below retail. Let me know what you think. Do you buy fine jewellery from these designer brands, or maybe you used to and you don't anymore? Maybe you've just got into it and you're loving it. Maybe you don't like it at all. Maybe you have your own jeweler that you go to. It could be anything. Let me know. Thank you all so much for watching, and I look forward to talking to you in the comments.